So I'd like to ask you to put yourselves in the shoes of a loyal customer of 20 years. She has multiple accounts at your institution and has strong personal relationships with staff at her local branch. But whenever she has a real problem and has to dial the 1-800 number at the back of her card, she does not really get treated like a loyal customer of 20 years. Instead, she's bombarded and barraged by a series of personal questions requiring to prove her identity. This is not only annoying for the customer, it costs your contact center valuable time and money, and it's extremely simple for a fraudster to defeat. Illumise Shield, which we'll show you today, can help you address all these problems. Elevating the customer experience, enhancing security against fraudsters, and helping your contact center save time and money. Illumise Shield is a cloud-based authentication service that analyzes the unique audio characteristics of the caller's voice and calling device, and it does so without your phone call ever having to go to the cloud. As a result, we generate a higher authentication accuracy in a fraction of the time required by traditional methods like PINs, passwords, and personal Q&A. With these features, our technology helps your contact center reduce fraud, enhances the customer service experience, as well as helps you save time and money. So with that, let's transition to a demo. This is what a typical customer service rep's dashboard looks like. Can you zoom in a little bit? Much better. So what a typical customer service rep dashboard looks like. The demo I'm going to show you today showcases Illuma Shield integrated into Salesforce CRM and Ingenious CTI. I'm about to make a live phone call from stage into our contact center. What you'll see is Ingenious will pop up the record associated with my caller ID like it would in a typical customer service application. And a spinning wheel on top will show you me being authenticated in real time as I simply voice my request to the agent. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Lex. I'd like to make a $10,000 principal payment towards my auto loan, and I would like the funds withdrawn from my personal checking account that ends in 12345. So you see how easy that was. Didn't have to do anything special, simply voiced my service request in plain English like I would speak to an agent. That was sufficient for Illuma Shield to authenticate me in real time, as you saw, and provide the feedback to the customer service rep. In the second demo, what I'm going to show you is a simulated account takeover attempt to show how Illuma Shield helps keep the bad guys out. I have a caller ID spoofing app installed on my phone. It costs me a penny to spoof anybody's caller ID. So I'm going to use this now to make a phone call into the same contact center, but spoof my colleague Clark's caller ID. What you'll notice is Ingenious will pop up Clark's record because of the link to the new caller ID. As I try to take over his account and reset his password, you should see it fail me in real time. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Clark. I'm having trouble logging into my e-banking account. I've tried resetting my password online, but I seem to have forgotten the answers to my personal questions, and I've effectively locked myself out. Is this something you can help me with, unlocking my password and letting me back into my account? So we just saw not only did I fail authentication, but a failed voice authentication attempt pops up a backup process, allowing you to give legitimate customers a second chance to get back in, but still stopping bad guys in their tracks. So the demo so far has focused on the customer service rep's view. For management and security teams, we allow you to dive deeper. For example, you can click on the call history button to see authentication trends for a particular account. And clicking on the View button allows you to see detailed authentication score over the course of that call. So in this example here, you see it took a couple of seconds to authenticate, which is typically what you'd expect to see in a legitimate caller attempt. You can also look at one of the failed attempts that occurred in the past. This one here shows that the scores were significantly below passing throughout the course of the call. So this is very strongly indicative of a very poor voice match, indicating a potential fraud attempt that's worth investigating further. We also can provide customized dashboards that allow you to see authentication trends across your entire operation. So as Manuel's pulling some of these up, here are some examples. On the right, you see some summary statistics across the entire organization. Statistics like total number of calls received, how many of these came from customers who were enrolled in Illuma Shield, and what the authentication performance was for all those calls. On the left, you see a graph that shows you the pass-fail trends over the past 7 days. The chart in the middle is very interesting. Here we spike out the accounts which had the most number of failed authentication attempts in the recent past. So in here, you see the top 2 have significantly higher than average failures, indicating that these are very likely linked to compromised PII and are repeatedly being targeted by fraudsters. So worth investigating further and informing your customers of this issue that you've noticed. Appreciate your time today. Allow me to tell you a little bit about how Illuma Shield can help your organization save time and money, improve the user experience, and enhance security against fraudsters. We do have a pilot program running right now. So if you're in contact center operations or in IT security, and if anything I said today caught your interest, then we do have a couple of slots in our pilot program that we'd love to talk to you about. We run our pilots on very favorable and flexible commercial terms. It can help you see ROI at a fraction of the cost before committing to our full commercial deployment. So if this is of interest, we'd love to speak with you. We'll be at the booth the rest of the day. Love to learn more about you and hope to have the chance to work with you. Thank you.